Hey, welcome to today's video. We've got a topic that will likely grab your interest, and it's one that could spark some thoughtful reflection. Today, we're diving into the subtle signs that may suggest a woman has multiple partners. While this is a sensitive subject, it's crucial that we approach it with respect and understanding. Recognizing these signals can help bring clarity to your relationships. But before we explore those signs, let's take a moment to reflect on some timeless wisdom from the Stoics. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This profound statement reminds us to practice mindful thinking and carefully analyze our interactions. So grab a notebook, let your thoughts flow, and let's dive into it. Sign number 1, an increase in privacy. Does she seem more guarded with her phone? Perhaps she turns the screen away or lowers it when you're nearby. This could suggest an effort to keep her conversations hidden, possibly involving others. As Seneca wisely said, a wise man knows himself better than anyone else. Self-awareness is key, and if something feels off, it's essential to discuss your concerns. Transparency is the backbone of any relationship. In our phone-driven digital age, tech habits can reveal a lot. A new password or frequently taking her phone to another room could signal that she's keeping something under wraps. While everyone is entitled to privacy, excessive secrecy can strain a relationship. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters. Your reaction to her behavior can shape the outcome of the conversation. Instead of jumping to conclusions, approach it with openness. Try saying something like, "I've noticed you've been more private with your phone lately, and it's making me feel distant." When you ask, "What would you like to talk about?" you show attentiveness and create an environment that encourages open communication. A healthy relationship thrives on providing both partners with a safe space to express their thoughts and emotions. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, addressing it can either strengthen your connection or bring hidden issues to light. Proactively sharing your feelings helps both of you manage uncertainties and keeps transparency at the forefront of your relationship. Now let's move to the second sign. Changes in availability. If she suddenly seems constantly busy or has last-minute plans, this could raise suspicion. While everyone has commitments outside of a relationship, consistently struggling to spend quality time together might indicate she's balancing multiple partners. As Epictetus wisely pointed out, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Focus on how you handle the situation, and if you feel sidelined, express your feelings to her before jumping to conclusions. Relationships with multiple partners often involve complex time management, which can lead to unexpected shifts in availability. If she frequently cancels plans or embarks on spontaneous outings without you, it could raise a red flag. These moments highlight the importance of shared time in any relationship. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Recognizing this helps you stay grounded. Instead of letting frustration fester, take a moment to assess how you're feeling. Are you feeling neglected or insecure? Do you have concerns about her commitment? Initiating a conversation can help clear the air. You might say, "I've noticed we've had difficulty finding time to be together lately. I really value our time, and I want to make sure we're on the same page." This approach is not about accusing her, but sharing your emotions and inviting her perspective. Consider her other commitments. Work, family, or personal challenges could be influencing her priorities. Life's unpredictable changes might require more understanding, but if this shift feels long-term and begins to deeply affect the relationship, further discussion is necessary. Epictetus reminds us that how we respond to our partner's availability plays a critical role in the relationship. Being mindful of each other's needs helps both partners feel valued and appreciated. Sign number 3. A sudden change in appearance. Has she been putting extra effort into her looks lately? While this might raise some concerns, it's important to differentiate between dressing up for others and simply wanting to look good for oneself. Changes in clothing, makeup, or hairstyle can sometimes feel unsettling, but they aren't always a cause for alarm. As Marcus Aurelius observed, the obstacle is the way. Rather than letting these changes in her appearance trigger worry, consider them an opportunity to explore how both of you express yourselves within the relationship. It's natural for curiosity, uncertainty, or even concern to emerge when a partner starts paying more attention to their looks, especially if it seems sudden. The key question to ask is, who is she dressing up for? Remember, change isn't inherently negative. People's tastes and styles evolve over time. However, if this shift feels abrupt or out of proportion, it might be worth looking deeper into what's driving it. Seneca wisely said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." Instead of waiting for your doubts to fester, have an open conversation about it. Express your thoughts and let her share hers, fostering better understanding before assumptions take root. Try saying something like, "I've noticed you've been switching up your style lately, and I think you look amazing. What's behind this change?" This approach allows you to share your feelings while recognizing her efforts. Try saying something like, "I've noticed you've been switching up your style lately, and I think you look amazing. What's behind this change?" This approach allows you to share your feelings while recognizing her efforts. It shows genuine curiosity about her choices, encouraging her to open up about her motivations without feeling defensive. She might be exploring new aspects of herself or finding empowerment in this transformation, which doesn't necessarily imply she's seeing someone else. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that challenges can help couples grow, and personal changes can be part of that journey. However, if her new look is accompanied by shifts in behavior, like reduced affection or fewer shared moments, it could point to something deeper. Consider the broader context of these changes. Open, honest communication is essential. If her new appearance leaves you feeling uneasy or neglected, express your concerns and seek reassurance. By fostering compassion and understanding, you can strengthen your connection. Embracing change as a team can deepen your bond and reinforce your commitment to one another. Sign number 4. Unusual texting habits. Pay attention to her texting habits. Does she often text late at night or early in the morning? If she's regularly messaging someone but avoids sharing who it is, this could be a sign of concern. Transparency builds trust in relationships. As Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Rather than assuming the worst based on her texting patterns, have a conversation with her. If you notice she's frequently on her phone during moments you once spent together, it's natural to feel uneasy. Late-night texting can raise questions about who she's talking to, but it's important to remember that texting habits can involve friends, work, or personal interests. However, secrecy around it can lead to suspicion. Epictetus wisely stated, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." Instead of letting suspicious thoughts consume you, focus on fostering openness and connection. Rather than letting your imagination run wild with worst-case scenarios, approach the situation calmly and discuss your concerns. When you notice late-night messaging, calmly ask her about it to start a conversation. You could say something like, "I've noticed you've been on your phone a lot late at night. Everything okay?" This approach shows concern for her well-being without coming across as accusatory. It's important to remember that her texting could be completely harmless. She might just be catching up with friends, family, or colleagues. Understanding the context of her messaging is key. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Focus on seeking clarity and gathering information before jumping to conclusions. If she becomes defensive or evasive, it might be a sign that a deeper conversation is needed. In any relationship, transparency is vital. If she's unwilling to share who she's talking to, it may be worth exploring further, but proceed carefully. Trust is fragile. How you handle this issue could have a lasting impact on your relationship. Open communication fosters trust and intimacy. By addressing your concerns openly and respectfully, you create a space where she feels safe to express herself, ultimately strengthening your bond. Sign number 5. Mysterious plans. Let's discuss unclear or vague commitments. Mysterious plans are another potential sign to watch. If she frequently talks about going out with friends but never invites you or shares much detail, it might raise concerns. While everyone is entitled to privacy, consistent secrecy could hint that these friends may be more than just friends. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Stay calm and think rationally. If her vague plans make you uneasy, having a conversation can bring clarity. When your partner is unclear about her activities, it can lead to feelings of insecurity and confusion. You might notice her mentioning outings with friends without involving you, which can feel disorienting. Such behavior may prompt you to question the nature of those friendships. As Seneca wisely observed, if a man does not know to which port he is sailing, no wind is favorable. In relationships, knowing where you both stand is essential. If her mysterious plans make you feel excluded or uncertain, don't hesitate to address it directly. Open, honest communication is the key to understanding and resolving these concerns before they grow. Instead of jumping to conclusions, try starting the conversation with something like, "I've noticed you've been spending more time with your friends, and I'd love to hear more about what you've been up to. Not knowing the details sometimes makes me feel a bit distant." This approach shows your desire to connect while respecting her personal space. She might simply enjoy her time with friends without realizing how her secrecy impacts you. It's important to remember that people often form friendships outside their romantic relationships for support, shared interests, or bonding. However, if she frequently excludes you from her plans, it could suggest a closer connection with someone else. Epictetus emphasizes the importance of self-mastery, so focus on your own feelings and needs before making assumptions. By calmly discussing your concerns, you can encourage a healthier conversation. If she responds openly and is willing to talk about her outings, this is a good sign of trust and transparency in your relationship. However, if she becomes defensive or continues to keep you in the dark, follow your instincts and prioritize your emotional well-being. Communication and trust are the foundation of any strong relationship. Addressing any ambiguity in a relationship promptly allows both partners to express themselves openly, fostering greater closeness and understanding. Now let's explore changes in intimacy. Whether there's an increase or decrease, a shift in intimacy can indicate multiple partnerships. A woman may seem either distant or more eager to connect in different ways. As Marcus Aurelius noted, "You control your mind, not outside events." This perspective can empower you to navigate changes effectively and enhance your relationship by focusing on your own feelings and needs. Any noticeable changes in intimacy are significant in a romantic relationship. If she becomes less affectionate, withdraws during intimate moments, or shows diminished interest in physical connection, it might suggest her emotional energy is being split among multiple partners. If you're uncertain about the shift in dynamics, it can lead to feelings of rejection and confusion. On the other hand, if she becomes excessively affectionate or alters her approach to intimacy, perhaps by trying new things or being more physically present, it might raise questions about her intentions. Is she trying to strengthen your relationship or compensating for emotional distance? Seneca wisely remarked, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Instead of jumping to conclusions about the changes in intimacy being related to your feelings, take time to reflect on the situation. It's important to explore your feelings and understand the reasons behind them. Initiating an open conversation can be beneficial. You might say, "I've noticed some changes in our intimacy, and I'd like to talk about them. It's important for me to understand where we stand." This approach allows her to share her thoughts without feeling blamed. Keep in mind that intimacy encompasses both emotional and physical closeness. If she is feeling overwhelmed by other relationships or personal challenges, she may find it difficult to connect on an intimate level. Remind her that your relationship is a safe space for discussing feelings and vulnerabilities. She might respond positively and be willing to make adjustments that can enhance your intimacy and connection. However, if she becomes evasive or defensive, it could indicate that she has her own concerns to address. Ultimately, it's crucial to recognize that communication and effort are essential for maintaining intimacy. Being open about changes helps both partners feel secure and valued. Sign number 7. Trust your instincts. Ultimately, it's essential to trust your instincts. and not ignore persistent feelings of discomfort. Gut feelings often reveal more than we realize. As Seneca noted, the mind is a place unto itself. It can make a heaven of hell or a hell of heaven. This perspective encourages critical thinking. If something feels off, it's better to talk it out rather than second-guessing yourself. Pay attention to any changes in behavior, a lack of openness, or an inexplicable distance. Even if you can't pinpoint the cause, these feelings often stem from subconscious observations. Marcus Aurelius stated that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and negative thoughts can cloud your judgment, leading to unnecessary worry. Instead, use your intuition to initiate meaningful discussions. Acknowledge your feelings and be straightforward with your partner. You might say, "I can't shake this feeling that something is off between us, and I'd like to discuss it." This approach allows you to express vulnerability and honesty about your feelings without placing blame. Engaging in a conversation can help your partner understand how her behavior impacts you. However, it's essential to approach these discussions with curiosity rather than accusations. As Epictetus observed, it is not events that disturb people, but their judgments about them. Clear and honest interpretations of her actions will influence your emotional reactions. Open dialogue can deepen your understanding of each other's needs, as unresolved feelings can lead to mistrust and resentment. By trusting your instincts and expressing your emotions candidly, you can help your relationship flourish. Confront your feelings directly to strengthen your bond, whether your intuition provides clarity or indicates the need for tough discussions. Here are 7 subtle signs that a woman may have multiple partners. While these clues can raise questions, it's vital to communicate with empathy and openness. Every relationship is unique, and understanding each other's perspectives can make a significant difference. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about relationships and personal growth, please click the subscribe button. Until next time, keep exploring and connecting.